Okay, so players who can revive their careers this upcoming season, I decided to do this over actual footage because I don't know why. The first one is Victor Oladipo, who has just not played a whole lot of basketball the past couple of seasons. Because, of course, after that injury with the Pacers, it's just, it's been rough for him. But he's having his first healthy offseason in a while. And as basic as it sounds, I think Miami is just desperate for somebody else who can cook a little bit with contested shot making, the occasional pick and roll possession. Maybe Oladipo's still got that in him. I mean, Lowry's a year older. They're kind of in a weird spot with Duncan Robinson and just where he fits in on the roster. So some more offense, they really need that. We can't forget about another game in that Celtics series where he kind of terrorized the Celtics ball handlers where he had 4 steals. We'll keep talking about defense some more here. Remember Jonathan Isaac? It's been 2 years since the guy played an NBA game, and I had to scroll back really far on NBA.com to get footage of this from November of 2019. He had 6 blocks in this game. On top of 4 steals, he was super efficient from the field as well. Look, he's got all the tools to be one of the best defensive players in the league. However, as we all know, a lot has happened with Orlando, and between Paolo, Franz, as well as Wendell, that front court's looking pretty good for Orlando. That doesn't mean he can't have a place in it, especially because I think him and Wendell on the court together defensively could be kind of devastating. You can also put Franz and Jalen Suggs in there as well. As for his offense, it's kind of a mixed bag to me. I think Orlando has enough initiators now with Fultz and Cole Anthony, Franz, Paolo to create more open looks for Isaac, but his 3 ball has been a bit iffy throughout his career. His handle, similar to his 3, there are flashes, it's more about the consistency. Next up, we have another guy who hasn't played in a while, and that's TJ Warren, the professional bucket getter. At least that's what he was before the injury. I saw a thing from Woj that said he has completely recovered even if he didn't play the last little chunk of games for the Pacers the last time he could. He's on the Nets right now, which comes with the caveat of we have no idea what the Nets are going to look like at this moment, but if Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are on the team, which maybe that's a ridiculous assumption by me, I don't know, he can be really effective. TJ playing off of those two, just having some open looks created for him, given that he can already initiate himself. I mean, he can go ISO, he can get some bully ball stuff going on around the basket. His 3 ball has improved as well, so the catch and shoots could be good off of those guys and Ben Simmons. It just makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, I kind of wanted the Celtics to take a swing on him, to be honest. There is also the timeline where Kevin Durant gets traded, and then TJ, Cam Thomas, and whoever they get back for KD just compete with each other for shot attempts. Now we got Joe Ingles, who is on the Bucks. Joe is old, and he tore his ACL in January of this previous season, so it is a bit of a gamble from the Bucks standpoint. But hey, we know the formula around Drew, Middleton, and Giannis. Get guys who can shoot, are competent defensively, and if they can do anything with the ball in their hands, then that's a bonus as well. And as we know, Joe Ingles, the dude can make some stuff happen with the ball. The guy basically averaged 5 assists a game for 4 straight seasons, and it's mostly off of just being a smart player. And I think the Bucks could use that if it's still in there, because even with as much growth as the Bucks have had with their offense, a lot of that being through Giannis setting screens, of course, they do still have some moments where the offense can look a little clunky, and perhaps Joe can help with that a bit. Okay, I'm just going to talk for the last few of these. The next one is Cam Reddish. I feel like Tibbs is either going to make or break Reddish, pretty much. He's got such a good physical profile to be awesome on defense, man. I mean, 6'8", 7'1" wingspan, Tibbs yelling at him. I figure if he's ever going to reach what his measurements suggest he can be on defense, it's going to be with Tibbs. But as we know, Tibbs is stubborn. He's got a short leash for guys. As far as his offense, the 3 ball's been up and down throughout his career. He can make plays with the ball, and occasionally he'll bust out like a really nice crossover or an in-and-out dribble, and then he'll have an acrobatic finish around the rim or whatever. And then other times he'll be facing drop coverage, and he goes into a pull-up mid-range, and it's like, ooh, that wasn't very pretty. A couple small ones. Dario Saric is back for the Suns. Pick and pops. A little bit more juice on the roll, like 1 or 2 dribbles in, and then make the next pass to the corner or whatever. And the final one is Zach Collins, because the dude's just barely been healthy in the NBA, but in theory, he can move defensively and switch and be a pick and pop guy, and that would be cool. And the Spurs, I'm going to assume they're fine with giving him the minutes this upcoming season, so we'll see what he's got.